when once there is security problem, every other thing collapses. So it goes to say that you must arrest security first. And having arrested security to this level is only proper to maintain it. Otherwise, everything that has been achieved so far will just be wiped off one day. These insurgents all over the world, they don't just give up like that. These small cells, you see them grouping and regrouping and all that. So the federal government should intensify effort to continue with the fight against insurgency, against militancy, against all forms of security breaches in the country, so that it will consistently allow people to feel free in Nigerian environment. That is not to say that the welfare of the IDPs, that issues bordering on other aspects of governance should not be considered. But I think the most important thing is to make sure that we are secure.
How do we progress from here, for instance, if there are people who are hungry in the Northeast? How do you think they will feel if they hear this news of $1 billion used to procure equipment, according to the governor of Edo State, who he said, as a matter of fact, in his words, he says that they are hoping that this will be used correctly in the right way. If the governor who has announced this is not really having a blueprint of how the expenditures of this $1 billion will be, then who else will?
Well, I don't think you understand him, or you understood him well. He is saying this money that has been released, he hopes that it will be used. He hopes that the mistake of the past will not be repeated. But I can assure Nigerians that the APC government, which is prosecuting corruption, cannot be the same government that will allow itself fall into the mistake of the past. And I repeat here and now to say that if you give PDP another opportunity, they will not share security money to themselves. They will not use it for election because they saw the outcome. The outcome was that despite the money that was on them, Nigerians still rejected them. So no government will want to joke with the issue of security. I am still saying that we need to be secure for every other thing to be put in place. The IDPs themselves should be happy. Were they better off when they were running skelter, when their families were being wiped out, when their houses were being burnt? Now that a reasonable measure of defeat has been meted out to Boko Haram and other insurgents, they should now know that it has to be maintained. Their environments have to be completely secure, and this will require additional effort, it will require additional funds, it will require additional equipment, it will require additional machinery. So let the military do their work. Now, their rehabilitation is a program that government is already doing, and it is ongoing, and it will continue. So I think that everybody in Nigeria should be happy that Mr. President is first of all making us safe. See, if the environment is not safe, no business can strive. No business can strive. Nobody, even your studio cannot work. We're here talking freely because we can drive out to our houses, we can drive to work, and nobody's afraid of bombs anymore now in Nigeria. Mr. Kanya, so security is key.
Mr. Kanya, I agree with you that security is key indeed. If the place is not secure, nobody can be free, or we can't even sit down here to talk. But I'd like to ask you a question as regards budgeting. I mean, the military in 2017, the Ministry of Defense, and as a whole, got a total of about 465 billion naira as budget. Now, that's the budget for the Ministry of Defense as a whole, with all that's involved. And now this $1 billion, that's, if you convert that black market rate, that's about 361 billion naira. And the governor of Edo State says it's expected that it will be used for the purchase of equipment. Is that different from what the budget is supposed to be for?
Well, I hear some PDP people politicizing security issues, security budget, security expenditure. When there is an emergency, when you are tackling security, the Constitution allows you to take certain decisions that does not really follow due process because it's an emergency situation. There is no country in the world that depends only on budget to fight insurgency or to fight incursion or territorial threats. So we can't be talking about budget here. We are talking about lives. We are talking about lives of Nigerians who are going to even enjoy the infrastructure or enjoy.
If I may come in here so that I can just tie it all up together. Are you saying that because we have an emergency, the governors are now constitutionally allowed to appropriate funds? What happens to the National Assembly that's supposed to be appropriating funds for all this?
No, National Assembly will do their work. But when you come to talk about security, I'm not talking about when you come to talk about security in a particular state, the governor of that state is allowed by law within certain limits to take care of security, to take care of an emergency. Let's say there is a disaster, natural disaster now. Will you wait for budget? You can't wait for budget. You must appropriate money to tackle it. So in emergencies, these chief executives, especially Mr. President, is excused to spend. That is in the interest of the nation. It is in the interest of protection of life, which is the #1 duty of Mr. President. He swore to an oath to protect lives.
Dr. Davis Akanya, Chairman of Rivers State Chapter of the All Progressives Congress, we thank you for coming on the program this morning.
Thank you, and God bless you.
So we'll take our break now.